Hey everyone, this is Rushlock, and shortly I'll be joined by Frank the Bank, and we're going to talk about ratters and DED runners and how they can look at a map of a region and kind of assess where they want to rat and where they want to run DEDs. So we've got the map of Providence here up as an example, and we're going to talk about first the entrances and exits to a null block or a region of space. Providence, for example, has two entrances coming from high sec. It has two entrances coming from low sec, which is a saw, and Masaba here. You also have a region of null called Catch that borders Provi, that traffic can come in and out of as well, both blue and red. So we want to also talk about Provi internally, or the region Providence itself internally, where you have pipes, rings, pockets that you want to look at. So this is a ring system over here. It's easy for blues to get in here and operate and not worry about as much red traffic. Most ideal, you'll have a pipe system like this one here, from 3GX to YQB. And these are desirable for blues to be operating down here because reds don't like coming down these pipes if they can avoid it because it's easy to get cut off of the gate camp. Keep in mind this doesn't stop all red traffic. These are just small mitigating factors to keep in mind when you're looking at systems overall. And then lastly, we want to talk about the pockets, where a good example down here in the south is AY and 2V Tech. There's only one way in, one way out, but once you get into the pocket, it opens up a lot into several systems. And we want to compare these against travel systems like 3GX, where, as you can see, there's a lot of travel through these systems day to day, and it isn't that you can't rat here. In fact, you can have a lot of success ratting in these systems because blues won't desire them as much, and if you're competent and paying attention, you can easily avoid red traffic. So that's something to keep in mind about that as well. We're going to shift into the number of rats cleared per day. Again, you'll look at per hour, we're going to look at per day, and you'll see the hot spots where a lot of ratting happens. And if you notice that within the last hour there's a lot of ratting in a system you want to be active in, or when you're trying to pick out where to rat, you'll want to find places that kind of balance the idea of blue and red traffic out at the same time. And then the last thing you want to think about is the rule of up to 9, where let's say you're ratting up here in YQB and you get an escalation, DEDs can spawn up to 9 jumps away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take you all to KBP, which is a very undesirable system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 into Catch, which can cause you some trouble for running a site. And then lastly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 down here to Masaba. 7, 8, 9, sorry, AY Tech Y. Takes you towards this Masaba entrance here, which, the closer you get to it, the little more dicey it gets. But our next screen here, we're going to show you a map that Frank the Bank has created for how he evaluates his DED sites. And Frank, if you will, go ahead and explain to us how you come up with this and how you view certain systems.
All right, so this is basically me looking at a map of Providence and going with my knowledge about Provi, living here for so long. It's how I evaluate the systems based on accessibility and how desirable they are. Blue takes up the majority of the map because most of Provi is highly accessible, highly desirable for me. Green just means there are less desirable in usually one aspect, either accessibility or desirability. Yellow means they're pretty low on both sides, both factors, but they're not low enough for me to not want them. I'll just take them at a much reduced cost in order to inflate my profits. Red means I don't evaluate this. The factors are too low for me to risk versus reward. Too low for me to risk it. You might see a pocket like BTEC W is green, while a pocket like JEI is not, and that's just because accessibility. I know that BTEC W, that pocket has a jump bridge that allows me to jump in and out, and is very accessible to me. Now, red and yellow doesn't necessarily mean these sites are undesirable to the whole of Provi. This is just my personal outlook on it. Now, there are people that live in these areas that travel time is not a factor for them. So their perception is going to be much greater of these systems. They're going to value them much better. So whenever you're looking at a region, wherever you live, if you find sites that are like these that are undesirable systems, find out who lives there or near there that's a DD runner and network with them, and you can continue to sell sites there without having to rely on certain aspects.
Absolutely. There's definitely a value in networking. Hopefully, this has helped you guys get a little bit of a basis of how to value where to rat, when to rat, and what to do with your DEDs when you acquire them. But if you guys have questions, you can always post them in the comments down below the video. Join us on the Discord server. We'll see you at the live stream. Frank, thanks for sharing with us your information. We'll see you all next time.
Absolutely. Cheers.